Husband demands divorce in a letter, and his wife's reply is brilliant. When couples have problems, there are always two sides to the story. When a husband tells his friends about the problems with his wife, he often makes her sound like a terrible shrew. The problem is that his story may not always be the whole story. If people understand both sides, chances are they wouldn't feel the same. This is the story of the day a husband demanded a divorce, in a letter to his wife, but her brilliant reply made him regret every word. One day a husband wrote his wife a note, asking for a divorce. When you first read the letter, it makes you feel bad for the guy. He makes it sound as though his life with his wife has been terrible. This is a perfect example of there being two sides to every story. The man's letter read, I'm writing you this letter to tell you that I'm leaving you forever. I've been a good man to you for 7 years and I have nothing to show for it. These last 2 weeks have been hell. Your boss called me to tell me that you quit your job. And to be honest, that was the last straw. Last week you came home and didn't even notice that I had a new haircut. You didn't realize that I cooked your favorite meal, and you didn't realize that I was wearing a brand new pair of silk boxers. Instead you went straight to bed. After watching your soaps, you don't tell me you love me anymore, and you don't want to have sex or do anything that bonds us as husband and wife. Either you are cheating on me, or you don't love me anymore. I'm done. I'm gone. Signed, your ex-husband. Please don't try to find me. Your sister and I are moving away to West Virginia together. Have a great life. The letter made the man's wife sound like a horrible selfish shrew, didn't it? It's not until you read her letter back to him though that you see the other side of the story. Suddenly she doesn't look all that bad. Here's her letter. Dear ex-husband, nothing has made my day more than receiving your letter. It's true you and I have been married for 7 years, however a good man is a far cry from what you've been. I watched soaps to drown out your constant whining and complaining. Sadly it doesn't work. I did notice your haircut last week. I think that you looked like a girl. My mother raised me to not say anything if you can't say something nice, so I didn't comment. When you cooked my favorite meal, you confused me with my sister. I stopped eating pork 7 years ago right after we got married. About the new silk boxers, I turned away because the $49.99 price tag was still on them, and my sister had just borrowed $50 from me that morning. Quite the coincidence, don't you think? Even after all this I loved you, and hoped that we can work things out. I won the lottery. I have $10 million. I quit my job and bought us tickets to Jamaica. When I got home you were gone. I guess everything happens for a reason. I talked to a lawyer. Your letter leaving me ensures that you won't get a dime of my winnings. Take care. Signed, your ex-wife, rich and free. In the end, the wife was not the horrible neglectful shrew that her husband made her out to be in his letter. He was cheating on her with her own sister, and he'd been a better man and a faithful man. He could be enjoying his days on the white sandy beaches of Jamaica. Instead, he's living in West Virginia with a lesser version of his wife, wondering what his life could have been if he just could have been a good guy. His letter almost made you pity him. After reading her letter you can see that there truly are two sides to the story. The man in this story deserves all the misery that comes into his life. From here on out, she has the money, she has the happiness, and she has the freedom to move on and find a real man. Please subscribe for the more.